An old Turkish proverb goes, "Open your eyes, waken up your soul. A man is a mirror for another man." We look at each other, Bulgarians and Turkish, Christians and Muslims, spread all over the Bulgarian land, different in the colors of our tradition and religion, variegated like the beads of a rosary, joined together by one string.
Knowing or not knowing your address, always I'll come back to this town. Before its blooming blue flowers of its blue gardens, the windows, like children's eyes, will look at me cheerfully. Perhaps you'll be cheerful too, and even you're not Scheherazade, you'll tell me that tale about the girl from the moon rays and the painter who suffered so much. We'll always wake up together in the morning, the dawn will kiss us on the lips, and the sun dressed in your beauty will run through eternity. Knowing or not knowing your address, I'll come back to this town and you. When I was a schoolboy at 5th grade, a poem of mine was published. When I was at secondary school, I continued working.
You compose them in Turkish, don't you?
Yes, in Turkish. When I went to the Sofia University, things looked up. I was presented with a photo of me, an autobiography, and 5-6 poems of mine. There are young people who are interested in literature and poetry. Now and then we organize literary readings. Some villages invite us. We recite our latest poems to the audience.
Стихотворение пред публиката. В литературния кръжок участват и турци.
In our literature circle, there are Turkish poets, writers and authors from Shumen, Silistra to Bukhin and from northwest Bulgaria. Many people are keen on poetry.
Devrilsen de yüreğim bir bahçedir sonsuz. Sense içinde taze bir fidan. Korkmuyorsun kuduruşundan fırtınaların. Oysa belki devrilebilirsin. Bir kasırgalı gecede devrilsen de bahçeme devrileceksin.
This is one of the themes I work most on. Orpheus, the Muses. You can see here the links in nature, the fish, the dragonflies, the frog, the apple. I wanted to somehow picture the magic of the music of Orpheus. Love is the basics of everything. I mean pure love, crystal love, love that creates good, that revives from good to better. The nature here around the village is one of the incentives that inspired me to paint. I was a little boy when I started painting. Wandering along the river, across the meadows and the canyon is really exciting, and one must see it to believe that such beauty really exists. This is one of the reasons why I devoted myself to what I do now. Everything brings me joy. I remember the times when here in the village people used to put flowers in a cauldron in the evening, and on the following morning they would take them out and foretell who will get married, what one would become, and so I created this painting. It's called Feast. This is Midsummer Day, I think. These are old, really old Turkish tiles, probably about 150 to 200 years old. The Patinova Tau has always impressed me. It radiates warmth and a pleasant ambience. This is Don Quixote. He is and will be. The world cannot do without him. I deliberately put him out of the gravity and he's reached the moon. The idea is that Don Quixote must be everywhere, on Earth and in space. Everyone should be inspired by him to help the others.
Той е дух в човека. Да помогне на другия.
В момента
At the moment, we can't do creative work because we have been carrying out repairs. Nevertheless, we are thinking of holding a preliminary competition at the end of November or the beginning of December, and before having a team of professionals, our idea is to start staging a dance performance called The Fire of the Wild Forest, in Turkish, Deliorman Ateşi. It will demonstrate rituals, customs, folklore, and the modern dances of our region, the northeast of Bulgaria. We would like to perform not only here. It will be an ethnic performance, worth to be played even abroad. We could go to Turkey. There are Turkish ethnic minorities in Germany and Holland, so it will be something worth presenting not only here, but to the rest of the world as well.
Би било хубаво да се представи не само в Северна България, но и на света.
I have to face a challenging task to be able to combine the traditional folklore dances of the Turkish minority in Bulgaria with the modern trend so that young people would be interested, so they can convey the tradition to the generations that are to come.
Да представлява интерес за младите, които пък те да го предадат на следващите поколения.
The performance season was opened, yes, 2 weeks ago, but we used the building of the Anton Strashimirov Theatre.
Pencerene konaydım, pencerende pek yüksek ah gülüm, yar dizine konaydım. Pencerende pek yüksek ah gülüm, yar dizine konaydım.
The audience in Razgrad is really appreciative of the kind of performances we are going to stage. Turkish theatre is not only Turkish theatre. We mean to hold performances to different minority groups, Armenian, Roma, in any language.
Могат да бъдат и арменци, могат да има спектакъл на роми. Въобще театър е отворен към всякакви видове спектакли на всякакъв език, но
At the concert we gave in the other building, the new theatre of drama, 700 people attended and there were as many outside. So people really liked it.
Отвън дори останаха още толкова хора. Така че желанието е огромно. Bana yetiyor aman eminim yetiyor. Yazması oyalı, kundurası boyalı, yar benim aman eminim yar benim. Yazması oyalı, kundurası boyalı, yar benim aman eminim yar benim.
We should bear in mind the fact that cultural events have recently been sponsored not very generously. During the years of transition, there are some financial constraints for our cultural institutions. We rely on sponsorship by firms, on a helping hand of good people who are concerned about the Bulgarian culture and the culture of the minority groups in Bulgaria.
Които са загрижени за българската култура и за културата на малцинствата в България.
This t-shirt is amateur-made, self-made. The advertising t-shirt will certainly have State Theatre of Drama and Music Nazım Hikmet, Razgrad, on them. I hope to stop going around with my helmet on very soon and start my creative work. A new structure, a new institution is now emerging. That is a state theatre for drama and music. There are only two of that kind in Bulgaria, Stefan Makedonsky in Sofia and the State Theatre for Drama and Music in Veliko Trnovo. That is to say, our task has become rather different. The works that will be staged here will be musicals. The opening performance of the new theatre will be Carmen by Prospero Merime. It provides an intriguing plot for those who are interested in stories, and at the same time it offers something new. Our role is to raise the level of this type of theatre, so that we can educate the audience. Art is meant to bring people to a higher level of consciousness.
Да вдигнем нивото на този тип театри, за да може и публиката да тръгва и да ни догонват. Тоест, ролята на изкуството е те да ни гонят, а не ние да ходим при тях. Трябва да вземем тия традиции.
We have to turn to the traditional culture and find a way to entwine it into our performances. We have been in touch with the secretary of the community center, Yumer Lutfi, whose task is exactly to find such folklore traditions, so we can work together. The theatre has to be ready to go places. To go to Smolyan, Haskovo. Besides, we'll exchange performances with Razgrad. And I have an idea which is on the verge of being realized. There are big Turkish communities in Amsterdam, Berlin, Munich, Vienna, Skopje, and of course we could perform in Turkey. By the end of this year, I have to put a structure to the administration and the technical staff, 20 people altogether, and 50 more will be appointed in January. They will be performers, artists. We've been thinking whether we should start a drama school, because we don't have a lot of people educated to this kind of work. The actors and actresses who speak Turkish and at the same time are graduates of the Academy of Theatre are very few. And on the stage, they should speak standard literary Turkish language, so we can't use local dialect, and that is why we thought a certain structure, let's call it a college, that can educate such people will be helpful. This year we're going to pick 12 actors. There will be a ballet school too. The chief choreographer of the theatre is very good. His name is Hikmet, and he is also the chief choreographer of the opera in Burgas. Our head of the musical department is Boris Karadimchev, and he is to choose the musicians. So this is it. We've been working hard. The beginning is difficult.
I've been in the music professionally for 5 years. At the same time, I've been working as a teacher, one of the most responsible and, of course, rewarding jobs. Combining these two vocations takes a lot of sacrifice and effort, but it gives me great satisfaction because I love my job, and singing has been the dream of my life, and music is in my heart. The way it is for all human beings, of course. So, there should be people ready to bring joy to people. I'm one of those.
Culture is to bring people together, because we are far from politics. Politics has never been involved in the activities of our community center, and it never